another edition of the Fans of Power podcast. I'm Tyler Baker. This is Nathan Kennedy is with me, and Rotten Amato will be with us momentarily. He's putting new duct tape on his setup, so
I like how we got that message probably like two minutes before. Go ahead and start it. Just go do it. Okay.
Yeah.
So here we are. We're waiting.
We are here, so we are just kind of biding our time until Joe shows up. But for those of you who were expecting the Robbie London interview, that's still going to happen. Robbie had a good friend of his pass away recently, and the service for his buddy was when we would be recording the podcast. So he called me personally to tell me what happened and asked if we could reschedule for next Sunday, same times. I said, absolutely. And he was very apologetic because he seems genuinely interested to sit down and talk his time at Filmation, working on the episodes that he worked on, answering fan questions. I think you guys, it'll be well worth the wait because I even talked to him on Friday as well over the phone, and he's just a super, super guy. Oh, man, I just can't wait to have him on. So if you're expecting that, it's still coming. But due to the circumstances, we kind of had to throw together a last-minute idea. And since Survivor Series, for those of you who don't like the current product but still like old-school Survivor Series, or maybe you're catching this after you watch the current Survivor Series, regardless, we're doing something to kind of tie into that. Not that we're, praising current wrestling right now, but
been a lot of gimmick episodes lately.
Yeah, there has. But I guess for early '90s WWF right now, just all about the gimmicks.
Oh, hey,
there's Joe.
There he is.
Maybe somewhere in spirit.
Better late than never. Damn.
I like how I don't see anything, and then the way it sort of moves. There we go.
Sorry.
There's our one per show, ladies and gents.
Yep.
Dang it. Well, no, that's the thing. This tablet, it's an updating app. So I was like, now? Out of all times to do it right now? So I had to wait, but, geez. Well, I hope I didn't miss much. How long were you guys on?
Maybe a minute.
Okay. Did we acknowledge, or can I acknowledge the chat room, or was it already done?
Oh, yeah, no, we haven't acknowledged them yet.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, let me say, first, hey, how you doing? Say hello to Determined AZ, Captain Chronic, Zen Brown, Zentron, Fedmon. I'm scrolling down, people. Grimbot. I think maybe let me see. Oh, Max Works and Adam Gabbert and Wiley Walt. So thank you all for joining us. I apologize. It's insane. And I turned this thing on because I had to give it a full charge after it was like dying earlier. And it only got up to still 60%. So I was like, okay, now to power it up. And it says, 2 apps need to update. I was like, yeah, of course.
Joe, do we need to have the same conversation that we had on Beyond Red?
No.
We were already getting acknowledged in the chat on that before. It's like, all right, and where can we look for this link? I was like, it's not going to happen because he's going to get his minions because he is the mob boss. I'm going to get a knock on the door, and then it's all over. It's all over.
Right. I'll find Nathan's body in the dumpster back behind my apartment.
And then he'll go into my house and just take all my toys. And
after I solve the mystery of who murdered you, then I go in and take all your stuff.
Then he gets the toys.
Because I can't do it until I've solved the mystery and taken down Joe's mob, in parts unknown. Like I'm like I'll be like Sam Elliott or something like that, traveling all the way to parts unknown, and teaming up with some sort of rookie beat cop who's been thrown in this case that no one wants to touch because no one wants to mess around with the Amato mob.
Sounds like a damn good movie. Hello,
yeah, I
JSP.
think so too.
Yeah, JSP. Thank you for joining us as well. But no, we're gonna have our main topic. It'll be the Masters Universe Survivor Series, where you fans can join in and be involved, because that's how it'll progress. Nathan's gonna be the one when we get to that part who's gonna read off the team names, the team captains, and who's on the team.
Oh man, I'm excited because I really want to intro that.
Yeah, you're gonna intro it, and you're also gonna pick just randomly who you want to start off with, which team against the other member and a member. And then from there, we'll see what the chat room thinks, so we can see who will end up in the end. But like I said, we'll have some other little random topics as well. First, the one thing is, a lot of people maybe were mentioning already, you got the Prince Adam laughing figure. I just don't order any figures in general because I don't have the money. But either you two, did you order it, or were you not ordering at all? I honestly can't remember.
I did
not partake.
That kind of question.
I did not partake. I actually, honestly, too, missed out on the Skeletor and He-Man pre-orders on Super 7 because I was just like, I spent a good chunk of my money the past couple weeks on Toxic Crusader figures and just completing those and getting some of the vehicles. Because I was inspired. I was inspired by when Tyler and I did Toxic Crusaders, and I watched that. I was like, "Holy shit! Like this is really, really good." And then I'm like, "Well, how many figures were there?" And there's only 9 of them. And I'm like, "Well, I'll just go on eBay and buy them all." And that's what.
And just remember, people, it doesn't matter if it's carded or loose. Nathan's going to be able to afford and buy anything. Anything you suggest, if it piques his interest, he's going to buy them all. So that's
the $1 million man. I'm thankful because I'm rich.
And you're not. Yeah.
Right. But, well, I was going to say also before we progress, we did have one topic that was planned for tonight. And Tyler, I'll let you take over in case there was some fans that were asking what was going on with the original topic for tonight.
Okay, people who weren't here in the last 2 minutes when I explained what the
you already did it?
was.
Oh, good. I didn't know. I was gone. See? I'm one of those people. So never mind. I guess they heard it then. Okay.
Well, because when we're told to jump right into it, I jumped right into it. We didn't bust balls or anything. I just like, okay, everybody, if you're expecting this is what happened. And then Joe shows up, okay, guys, I'm here. We can start the show now. Tyler, do you want to tell everybody what the hell's going on here? Just while Joe's sitting there putting a drill on each corner of his setup, like in RoboCop or something like that.
That's right. God bless me.
But yes, I guess again, if anybody right now is just now showing up,
this is for the live listeners.
Yes, for live listeners only, because obviously if you listen to us, tomorrow or months from now, the Robbie London interview has been postponed to next Sunday at the exact same time. He had a good friend of his pass away recently, and the service for his friend was going to be going on while we were recording the podcast as of right now. So he called me personally to ask if we could reschedule for next Sunday, and was sincerely apologetic about it, like very, very emphatic on that. And he still looks forward to talking with us and answering fan questions. He is going to do that. So you have another week to prepare questions for Robbie. And it doesn't have to be all He-Man related. The guy's got amazing credentials. Yeah. Nathan took the time to look it up. He was pretty stunned. So if you want to ask him other stuff too that's not pertaining to He-Man, I'm sure he would welcome it as well. But all He-Man questions for Donald Dragoon, Diamond Ray Disappearance, Striel's Return, Double-Edged Sword, working with Lou Scheimer, all kinds of stuff. So, keep that in mind if you want to ask him some questions, because we will be devoting time to that next Sunday. But so you have our current topic, and I guess whatever else Joe wants to throw out there tonight is to kind of fill the gaps. So we apologize for people who were expecting that interview tonight.
Okay. No, but thank you for, like you said, at least doing that again. Especially, I didn't know, but you're right. Everybody at least knows now. So thanks for that, Tyler. And
if they don't know now, Joe, then I don't know what else I could do.
Yeah, but yeah, you can't repeat that for a third time. 2 times is good enough.
You dare me? You dare me to repeat it a third time?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead and do it again.
I'll do the triple.
Do it again.
No, well, I was trying to think of any of the Super 7 news that I heard. Now, I think maybe one thing they were mentioning, did they say they're going to try a completely new customer service reps, or going through a different way of doing that? Did you see anything on that, Tyler?
The only thing that I saw that I was quite disgruntled about was I didn't see any payment plan for the Filmation sub. And
I thought I heard that too. I couldn't even remember when.
So I couldn't do it because I don't have the $155 to shell out immediately for that. I've always done the payment plan. So what I probably have to do is just do what Nathan's done: just go to Big Bad Toy Store and just buy them individually when I can fork over the $54 to get each figure.
I mean, maybe in the grand scheme of things, that would work out better because. You've said it before in some of those waves, there are ones that you're just like, I don't
really need to have another She-Ra because she's not much different than the one I got on the shelf back here. I mean, I want Fisto, Montana, and Grizzlor especially. So, going the Super 7 route, buying all 4, I'm saving $50. But I also feel like I'm not expected, and plus this is coming around, the holidays and stuff like that, and to have that extra thing do. I never can understand why some of this stuff is always like expected to be paid for it around the holidays. Like I just wish they would set it up once Christmas and all the stuff is over with and all that stuff. But I did not get the sub, but I am going to get the figures though.
Okay. I was like,
if there was a payment plan and I didn't see it, if I had seen it, I would have signed up for it, but I did not see it, so that's why I did not.
I thought that you're correct. I thought there was something stated about no payment plan, but then I also thought I was hearing something about maybe new customer service, possibly. Unless I'm absolutely wrong, maybe somebody even in the chat room can correct me. I thought that might have been mentioned as well. I just couldn't remember also if they've started shipping for like Hero and
no, I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, I'm so close to every day just sending, hey Tyler, where's my Hordak, man?
I'm surprised Nathan hasn't said anything to me yet, because I have not got a single bit of notification about the Filmation vintage figures that I got Nathan a Hordak for his birthday, and
that was back in July.
Back in July, the Hero Eldor figures, I haven't heard anything about that, and I know over on He-Man.org, I think Brian Flynn did the basic Q&A stuff for fans asking a few questions, but I didn't look at that, because most of the time fans are always asking questions for stuff they either can't answer or something like that. I just kind of get tired of,
I think, because the recent thing, I don't know if on one of his supercasts he showed the chromed, the back metal for Hero, that they showed that for those that remember. We were concerned at one point thinking they were just going to do gold paint, but then they said, no, we're going to go through the chrome process. And I thought he might have showed that. I just honestly didn't remember when the pre-orders ended on those, or if they were. That's what I mean.
I think all those are. I don't know. I thought they were over a while back, but then again, too, I ordered it, so I didn't care.
Okay, that's something I probably should have looked up before doing that. But hell, either somebody will say
it's just validating that we don't claim to be professional He-Man. What's the term? We don't know all the.
You guys know a lot about the property, but you're not on the inside of what they're doing with.
Exactly, yeah.
At one time when I had the money, I used to follow everything about when they were shipping, when the pre-orders ended, and I guess it's something that
I've never ever done that. Like, as long as they got
my money,
I'm like, I'm just waiting for the figure to show up. I don't pay attention to any of the other stuff. That's like
I'm really obsessed on it to make sure I knew the dates and everything. But since not buying figures in 2-3 years, I haven't done it. But I could still probably try to brush up on that just to be a little more knowledgeable for when it does happen, so it doesn't sound as clueless. But I figured I'd mention that things I was trying to think that just happened, but well, I guess that's out of the way. But maybe we'll start with our main topic, and after that, then we'll go into a couple of things that be, kind of interesting and cool too. But we're going to do our version, since obviously today is Survivor Series, and I know a lot of people that normally were going to watch saying, I'm watching Survivor Series, sorry, I'm going to miss the show. But
why?
We know where your allegiance is at, is watching current WWE product over original entertainment that never is the same thing. You don't know what you're going to get every week. And, I question your fandom there.
Wrestling is, because I popped into the pre-show, and a little bit of it was playing while we went to get pizza, and I was just kind of like, meh.
But so we figured we'd do our tradition. Thanksgiving's coming up, Survivor Series on. Like, okay, we're gonna do our Masters of the Universe Survivor Series, where we're gonna have 5 evil warriors going against the 5 Snake Men. Well, you know the Snake Men, because something else might come later about talking about something. But we have team names. Well, you'll see what I mean after we're done with that. But we have team names. And we have who the captains are, but we're going to have Nathan read them off. After he does that, he's going to put up a first matchup. After that matchup, people here in the chat room, you guys can say who you think might win over the other person, why, give a good description. Whoever wins, that other person will be eliminated, and we'll have somebody jump in at Nathan's choice. So, but Nathan,
all right. But before we get really going into this, so it's not technically like, because when we're thinking this, I'm thinking like these guys are on a wrestling ring, right? Like, Tyler should have a visual.
I think for what we need to do here is, like, we're going to have Nathan and the listeners decide who stays within the match. So what we'll do is Joe will pick a guy to jump in the ring. I'll pick one, and then the listeners will talk about who they think would win. All right, once that's over, someone's eliminated. The winner will step outside the ring, and then we'll have 2 more go in. And because we really can't play it like a tag unless they're just going to listen to me and Joe do a random made up on the spot.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's why I was thinking, well, Nathan is being, like the neutral party. That's why I thought, okay, maybe Nathan could start off just picking which evil warrior, which Snake Man fight. Then the chat room will say, back and forth who they think would win and why. And yeah, you're right. It's kind of in the realms of wrestling, but yes, they can still use all their powers if they want, along with crazy wrestling moves as well.
Yeah. So think of along the lines of based on what Joe just said too. If you think, in the ring currently it's King Hiss and Webster. Well, if you really think Webster can take out King Hiss, then say how.
Yeah.
And
how
based on the majority, if King Hiss gets eliminated, Webster goes back out to the rest of his teammates, and then Too Bad will come in and take on Snakeface. And
hold up. This is what I was almost envisioning. He could do that if you want. What shit? I'm throwing stuff again. Okay, sorry. Yes, they could either have somebody come out, or when the one person eliminates the other, he might stand in there and wait for the next victim. Meaning,
so it'd be kind of like a gauntlet match style.
It's like,
is that what you want to do instead of mixing it up?
Isn't it great, everyone? You would think that we would have talked about all this beforehand and then
I didn't
done
think
it.
Joe was going to make it this convoluted and complicated. I figured,
Listen, I always try to do stuff on the spot, but here's the thing: we've seen in Survivor Series before where sometimes it might end up all 5 members could still survive, and there's one left, and they might eliminate it, and all 5 are still there, or they could be 5 with 2 left. It's going to be fun just to see what happens.
And that's why it's going to be up to the chat. So, chat, if you guys are familiarized with wrestling, maybe you want to kind of book it like a wrestling show. You want to kind of even up and down to the wire, or you can just have them have it like that one year where DX, the Hardy Boys, and Punk just ran through everybody.
Yeah. But also,
or the Visionaries take out the entire team with the Vipers.
Yeah. Let me say real quick hello to 3 other people that joined us: MOTU Matt, Ben Dares, and Delva78. Thank you for joining us. So I will pass it to you, Nathan, because it's going to be interesting to see what people in the chat room do. Because, like I said, we love involving. You thought might have some fun with this one, but you got to let everybody know what the 2 teams are, team names, captains, and go.
All right. Well, I'm just going to turn my camera off because I'm going to have to read it, and I'm going to do my Vince McMahon voice, and I just don't want to see how this is going to turn out later on. So I'm going to turn the camera off to do this.
Shame.
And just so people know, Joe was the manager of the Snake Men. I'm the manager of Skeletor's crew. We selected our teams. We gave them names. So if you're biased and you don't like the Grump on the show, you're probably going to side more with Joe. If you don't like Polly Practical, you're probably going to side with the Grump. So just letting you know, if that, not to try to influence your decisions here today, people, but Joe and I will be on the outside of the ring as like the Jimmy Hart and Bobby Heenans.
And Slick. Don't forget about
Slick. Actually, Joe would be Slick, and I'll be Bobby Heenan. That's how it works. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. Turn out the lights. The party's over. So go ahead. We're gonna see.
Tyler, you feel like kind of giving us a hum of the Survivor Series theme that you remember so vividly.
I just don't know. If I could hum it. It would just. Can I just play it off YouTube real quick or something like that? I mean, they're not gonna jump on us.
Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and do that.
All right, I'm gonna do that. Just kind of because I could find this really quick, guys.
Wouldn't it be sad if you play it and then boom, we got shut off? Like, what the hell just happened?
Then I'd be quite flattered that some jerk off at WWE is listening to our podcast.
Yeah, the McDivitt, he's the attorney. He's the one that's gonna shut this show down.
Hang on here, I got it up here. 1 second.
You got it up there. Okay.
This is gonna be so cool.
Or it's not.
It is. It's gonna be awesome.
It's right here. I got it. I ain't got it.
All right. As soon as I get it going here, I'm gonna give Nathan the. This is gonna be epic. All right.
I'm kind of curious how loud this is gonna be. Oh yeah, there you go. Welcome everyone to Masters of the Universe Survivor Series. We have team captains Skeletor and King Hiss with their partners Clawful, Snakeface, Too Bad, Squeeze, Jitsu, Ratlore, Webster, and Tongue Lasher. It's the Havoc staff versus Vile Venom. That was actually pretty good.
I'm not bad with that. All right.
That was awesome. And we had to have the themes like this may be like our Thanksgiving Day tradition. Next year will be like the Horde versus the Heroic Warriors. And
I like it. You did a good Vince. And just to say it calmly, just in case you might not have caught who the teams were. He said
That's Joe's way of saying I hated your delivery there.
No.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
I did not.
Do I need to add the music again for Joe to reiterate?
No. But no, he said Skeletor is captaining the Havoc staff team, and on his team is Clawful, Too Bad, Jitsu, and Webster versus the Vile Venom team with Captain King Hiss, with Snakeface, Squeeze, Ratlore, and Tongue Lasher. So now we leave it to you, Nathan, to go ahead and make your first matchup. And then from there, we're going to see what the chat room says of how one person beats the other, what they do, and whoever is the majority, we go to the next thing.
All right. Well, I'm kind of looking at this in terms of like wrestling wise. It seems to me that anytime in the Survivor Series match, they always had like the lower card guys start first.
I didn't pick any low card guys on my team, man.
Well, let's see. I don't know. I kind of feel like Webster is like the Tito Santana
Get the
of the
hell
Havoc
out of
staff, and I think Rattler is kind of like the beefcake of Vile Venom. So let's do that. Let's do Webster.
It was like King Hiss, like Hulk Hogan, and Rattler's his beefcake.
Yep. There you go.
So you got
the Ed Leslie of the Snake Man.
You said Webster versus Rattler. Okay,
Yep.
Now we got to see what the chat room says. We'll see who they pick and how they pick.
Picture this as they're kind of walking, circling the ring. They lock up in your traditional lockup here, people. And, does Rattler put Webster in a headlock, or does Webster push him off and they start crisscrossing the ropes?
Fedmon said it kind of sounded like Scooby-Doo. I kind of feel offended now. I feel bad.
Scooby-Doo.
Right. Right now, Webster versus Rattler, Ben Dares. Yes, that's the first match.
I picked Webster because I figured him to be like the high flyer for Skeletor's group, like the guy who'd be doing a lot of like high spots off the turnbuckle because of his agility.
Yeah, and he in no way is trying to sway you. He's just giving.
I'm giving you some play-by-play statistics about my roster. Like, Vince McMahon comes over and asks me to come over to the table. I give color commentary while Joe's over there, eating hotcakes and sausage while trying to encourage the team, win, just win. Everybody was having fun.
Zentron says, so the audience is fixing the match? But, all right, well, let's see. Wiley Walt.
This is like Taboo Tuesday or Cyber Sunday.
Well, we got Webster from Wiley Walt. We got Webster from MOTU Matt. Ben Dare says Webster has more range over Rattler, so I'm assuming he's picking Webster as well. JSP said Webster with a flying elbow on Rattler for the win. So right now it looks like he's saying, he said he has the strength of Spider-Man. Well, it looks like right now I think Webster pretty much has probably just defeated Rattler.
It's like Tito Santana and the Warlord. Just gives him the flying burrito elbow real quick and takes him out.
I loved when he'd say the flying jalapeno. Remember when Bobby Heenan would say flying jalapeno? Oh my God, I'd die every time he said it. Let's see. Zen Brown said Webster would use every corner of the ring till Rattler gets tired. And he's like, Rattler has the fast strike head, whipping tail, super strength, and a snake staff. Dub70 said, as they go to lock up, Rattler does his head attack, bites Webster, and eats him. Well damn, wow. Well, he's pulling a King Hiss move. He got pretty aggressive. Wow, that's vicious, but well, there's his way. Ben Dares.
Be calling out to the ref about that one.
I think Ben Dares is just giving some stats on stuff. Says
I suppose Nathan was like, "Good God Almighty, he's broken in half. He's eaten alive."
Just what a maneuver.
Let's see. Ben Dares said Rattler has tail and neck stretch, but
Rattler's out of his face.
Webster has agility. Once he gets his webs out, Rattler is down. So it looks like so far, mostly what the chat room said, it looks like they're picking Webster. So I think we're going to have to. But wait, Fedmon said Webster has webbing, laser rifle, and his grappling hook in his backpack. So it looks like that's it. I think Webster has just defeated Rattler. So Rattler on my team has just been eliminated.
It's just been eliminated here, people.
My whole team might just be getting wiped out. So, all right, well, who's gonna have to come in and take his place, Nathan, and try to go up against Webster? Let's see if Webster.
Wait, I didn't know I was picking all the things going on.
Oh, that's right. Didn't you know Joe makes his stuff up on the fly like that? Didn't you know?
I thought you guys were going from here on out.
Oh, no, I thought we were too, but Joe just changed the game plan. I mean, that's how he's going to win the match. He's going to make up the rules as he goes along.
No, I thought it'd be fun just Nathan as being that neutral third party. He could just pick who comes in because, like I said, my team might just get wiped out.
I feel like that's Joe's backhanded way of just being like, you're not as much into this as we are.
Yeah, we're giving you something to do because I hated your intro.
Yeah,
it was good. It was good.
I hated your Scooby-Doo bullshit. All right, let's go with Tongue Lasher to hop in there next.
All right,
now we got Tongue Lasher jumping over the ropes to get in there to lock up with Webster.
And he's got a long poisonous tongue. And I'm not trying to sway people like he would lick Webster and poison him, knock him out like Webster jumped off the ropes to go.
Webster be too fast. He would dodge like the tongue lashing from Tongue Lasher. He'd be jumping to the top rope. Tongue Lasher would miss him. His tongue would wrap around the turnbuckle, and then Webster would do like a 450 splash into the air and just land right on Tongue Lasher. I'm telling you, that's how it would go down. Well, Skeletor's out there going, USA, USA, trying to pump up the crowd.
Tyler's he's running the gauntlet with Webster. It looks like Webster just might, I think, wipe out every one of my characters, but it's possible. So, but Fedmon said, Nathan, you're the referee. You need the striped shirt and the whistle.
I'll be the Earl Hebner.
Yes.
I still remember when
there's like two Nathans show up. You're like, which one's the real Hebner?
I remember that back in the day. That was kind of weird when you see it for the first time when you see Dave and Earl Hebner in the ring at the same time.
I'm just gonna apologize to any of your listeners out there in advance. They're just like, I don't like wrestling. This is a terrible idea.
Like, I hate wrestling. They say, can we just have it just be just them fighting in
the
general?
Whole episode
but
is not this, people. So if you don't like this, get the sand out of your vagina.
It's just a fun little. Well, anyways, you got JSP saying Webster with the flying spider splash. While the wall said Webster again for another win. Bendera says Tongue Lasher and Webster's poisonous cancel each other's out. I was like, well, okay, there you go. Delvis says Tongue Lasher licks him as they lock up, paralyzed him, and eats him. Delvis, you're going to have all of them eat him?
He's just eating everybody.
He's like, he eats everybody. Zenbro, quote of the night. You didn't know? Your ass better okay.
Oh, no road dogging on here.
It's like it's coming in for a different thing.
Man, Road Dogg sucked.
He sucks, man.
He sucked.
Who said
Billy Gunn was the workhorse of that team. Road Dogg sucked.
And
the Armstrongs aren't any good. They're all jobbers, and he was a jobber until he became Road Dogg.
They did.
He still sucks.
He's the roadie.
Oh God, with Double J Jeff Jarrett, and to find out he was doing the singing at that time. They eat each other at the same time. Ben Dare said, "Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to do it. It just looks like we'll call it right now." Webster just took out Tongue Lasher as well. So Nathan, you got to put in a third person. Here we go. Mike.
Unbelievable here, people.
All
right. Here's what I'm gonna do. Because I feel like King Hiss is probably getting really irritated. So I'm gonna throw in the captain of this team and see if he can take it down.
All right, this is the man that
Webster's going to continue to run it. Like he's going to just continue to keep pushing on through, right?
Yes, he is. So we got Webster now against King Hiss. You got King Hiss sheds the skin. You see all the snake arms. He's got his giant snake right in the front in his face. He's got the hypnotizing eyes that he could paralyze you with fear, that he could get in your head. He's got arms. I mean, like I said, multiple snakes to where he could possibly combat the speed of Webster. If Webster's coming, he could get the grappling hook. He could take the laser rifle out of his hand if that was being used too. He's got multiple things.
I think he's probably going to use the grappling hook to choke King Hiss. He's going to leap from turnbuckle to turnbuckle, flip back behind him, take the grappling hook and put it around King Hiss's neck.
And then one of the arms comes around and snaps the grappling hook rope that.
No, that wouldn't happen. It's made out of photanium.
Look at that. He's like, nope, can't happen. It's not going to happen. He's like, it's rotating. Won't happen. There you go. We don't know. King Hiss could do anything. It's possible. He's like, nope, not going to happen.
This may be an upset. We may actually see like a new intercontinental contender rise out of this match because Webster's going to continue to keep taking out the entire team of Vile Venom here, people.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure if Ben Dares was saying he said crud King Hiss. I don't know if that means he doesn't want King Hiss to win or if he thought King Hiss would win. I'm not sure what he said right there, so we'll have to see. Ben Dares, let's say King hits his web source for Hypno Eyes at 8 times effectiveness. So that might sound like Ben Dares is going for King Hiss. So we might have to put King Hiss. Let's see. JSP says King Hiss for the win. He's on par with Skeletor and Hordak. Well, I guess we'll find out when eventually Skeletor pops up in this. Wiley Walt. King Hiss is overpowered. King Hiss the winner. Okay. All right. Well, there. We finally, I think, got Webster eliminated by King
Hiss. Well, Webster made one hell of a run taking out 2 members of Vile Venom there. So he had a good run in the match. It makes it memorable for the Evil Warrior fan base.
All right. So King Hiss, he's in the ring now, and he's waiting for somebody on those Evil Warriors.
We'll send in the Red Rooster of the Havoc staff, Jitsu.
You suck, man.
Nathan's, I think, doing this.
I'm going to beat the hell out of you when I see you again.
So we got Jitsu.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. I'm putting you through a table at Pizza House for that remark.
King Hiss versus Jitsu. Now we got a master of martial arts and also with that gigantic golden hand, that strong hand, chopping hand. So we'll have to see. Well,
you guys know he's going to take every limb of King Hiss and just break it in half with his massive, gold, fist. People here, ready for my ass.
Tyler hates it. That's why, and that's the other reason I think I wanted Nathan to do this was in case he would do this stuff.
So I can get Tyler all fired up.
I like seeing his
God.
reactions when he does get worked up, just to see what will happen when he announces something. Especially when he likes doing those digs. You know, Nathan has to do a dig every time. Because I was curious who he would think would be good matchups against others. But yeah, calling him Red Rooster, which I told you.
Oh no, he doesn't know. That's why he's throwing out all these gimmick names like Red Rooster and associating Webster with Tito Santana. Not that there's anything wrong with Tito Santana. He's a great.
Oh, I love Tito Santana. Rick Martel.
It's his way of saying that Webster is an open. He's a curtain jerker, is what he's saying.
Well, let's see. Okay, well we got Ben Dares. Ben Dares says Jitsu uses Mystic Hand moves to Snake Charm King Hiss. So it makes
Snake Charm. It better be Snake Chop.
It's Snake Chop. So Ben Dares sounds like he's going for Jitsu to take.
He's giving him a lot of Ric Flair chops in the corner. That's what Jitsu's doing.
That would be some hard chops too. That would be some woos. JSP
there wouldn't be no clucking around the ring there, Nathan.
JSP says, "Sorry, Tyler, but King Hiss may run it until Skeletor shows
what?
up." Well, we're going to have to see. Wiley Walt says, Jitsu wins using multiple animal forms to defeat the snake. What?
Animal forms?
This
isn't Animorphs.
Red Rooster, man.
Well, he goes and starts Jitsu. He starts pecking at King Hiss.
Yep.
Let me see. Wait a second.
Jitsu's like black hair here. It all just starts turning red.
Delta 78 said, hits for the... Wait, he didn't say who hits for the win, but said, hits for the win with superior fighting skill, crushing each snake head of King Hiss with his golden hand of doom. And
I love that description.
Ben Dare says, Jitsu has meditation to calm the savage snake. Zen Brown said, damn these typos. Wiley Walt says, King Fu.
King You know Fu. What? I'm the referee in this. You know what? King Hiss for the win.
What? You can't decide that. It's not over yet.
Yeah. King Hiss puts him in a sleeper. I do the hand thing, and he doesn't hulk up. So
whatever, man. Jitsu would have just this is.
And Zentron, Zentron said Jitsu uses hand chop to split King Hiss's head in half.
I'm the referee, man. I'm the referee. The promoter got to me before the show. It's a screw job.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because at that point it looked like Jitsu was going to beat King Hiss, but if you're going to be that sneaky referee,
if he's going to be the evil twin of Earl Hebner, this match fixed already.
It sounds fixed. Sounds like there's going to be something weird that happens at the end of this whole entire thing.
Well, I have to come in and call for the bell, and then King Hiss spits in my face or something like that. Yep. Is that what's going to have to happen?
Exactly. Here? Well, that's only if King Hiss loses, and he didn't lose right here. He won.
All right, yeah, because JSP said if King Hiss loses, the Snake Men are done. But okay,
I'm thinking ahead, man. I'm thinking ahead.
Okay, well now you got King Hiss waiting for the next evil warrior. So
I like how pissed off he got about that.
Well, I got to get a USA chant going with Skeletor. He's got to get the crowd roused up here. Come on, people. Give us a Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Now it's like Tyler's just like that 5-year-old Mark hoping that Hogan's going to be able to beat Warrior, and then Warrior beats him and he cries.
I didn't cry. I was pissed, though.
I remember that day. Well, for me, you should have watched it. Oh, geez. All right, so now we got King Hiss waiting. Who's coming in next? We got.
Let's go with Clawful.
I want to hear what Tyler has to say because I'm sure Tyler has a good one about what Tyler's going to do with this gigantic.
The Clawful's going to come in, grab a hold of King Hiss by the neck, by the torso, and just crush him to death.
That quickly? It's over.
Just that the guy is the grip of evil here, people. This is the guy that's has picked up He-Man by both hands and held him up in the air. Not too many evil warriors can say they've actually done that before. So yes, I think Clawful is going to come in and just beat the hell out of him, especially Clawful from Clash of Arms. Drawn by our good friend Larry Houston. That's the Clawful that's in the ring right now, and that's the Clawful that's going to take out King Hiss, and that's the Clawful that's going to continue to lead the Havoc staff to victory at Survivor Series to go on to the grand match of survival and take on either whoever's left of the Heroic Wars or the Evil Horde.
You can tell Tyler has not thought this through at all, obviously, from what he said. He didn't do it.
I'm sure the second that he gave you his team earlier, he was just like, all right, and this is how this is going to happen, and damn it, I'm going to win.
Zen Brown right now it's King Hiss against Clawful, but Ben Dare says Clawful chokes the snake. So
choke him out.
There you go, choke
the snake. Specialist. He's the Chris Benoit of the Havoc staff.
Oh, come on,
JSP
man.
just basically
he's not going to go to the route of Chris Benoit. He's just the rabid Wolverine of the group.
Well, you got JSP who said, sorry, King Hiss is just too damn powerful. And Zen Brown said King Hiss wins effortlessly. Delva 78
effortlessly?
Yep. Delva 78 said Clawful snaps off each head of old Hissy for the win. Ben Dare says, Clawful's too stupid to get hit by the Hypno Eyes.
Shut the hell up.
Well, he was still that he. It was kind of a compliment.
No, it wasn't.
Wiley Walt said King
I
Hiss
shouldn't have taken a drink during that. Holy shit.
King Hiss wraps around him and crushes him. That's from Wiley Walt.
Wiley, I expected better from you, bud. I really did.
And I think
you've done nothing but pull a Shawn Michaels to my Marty Jannetty. You throw me through the barbershop window here.
I mean, Jannetty was kind of terrible, so you had it coming.
Well, Ben Dares did say that Clawful's crab armor protects him from being crushed. So, but I think so far, what did you get out of that, Nathan? Was there more people for King Hiss?
Oh, as if like Nathan has to wonder.
It's slightly edged out. It was King Hiss, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's King Hiss.
Okay. All right. Now there's
I'm
only
looking at the chat.
What do you have? 2 people left on the Evil Warriors? Because I think it might be time the Evil Warriors.
No, we got 2. We got 2.
No, we got 3. We got 3 and 3. See, it's evened up here.
Okay.
Let's see.
Well, no, Jitsu's been eliminated.
Oh wait, yeah, you're right. Never mind. You just got
Skeletor and 2 bads left. That's it.
Skeletor and 2 bads left there, people. Come on. Don't let me down now.
I'm gonna throw in 2. We're gonna throw in 2 bad. We're gonna throw in 2 bad. I feel like Skeletor is just like he's too scared to get in there.
Oh, whatever.
This ought to be interesting.
Pumped up.
He's saving the best for last. I can't wait to see how that all changes once Skeletor comes in. But okay, right now you have 2 bad versus King Hiss. First, I'd like to hear what Tyler's going to say because I know he's probably got a good one here. But what's 2 bad going to do to King Hiss?
2 bad's going to come in with the shield and just backhand him, and then get behind him, lock him up, and put him in the $1 million dream, so to speak. Just put him in this master sleeper. Because take both arms, lock him up underneath the serpent arms, around the back around the head. There, one hand in front of the head, one hand behind the head, and that's how that's going to go.
Are they going to argue for who takes the win?
You know what? No, how about this? How about because I was kind of seeing this in chat. Let's say King Hiss kind of winded. Let's say he makes a tag. King Hiss makes a tag to Snakeface. So it's Snakeface and 2 bad. There we go. I'm the ref, damn it.
Okay, well it has just changed now. You got Snakeface versus.
All right, well, because of the King Hiss walks over and tags in Snakeface.
Yeah, when Snakeface comes in, he's gonna, what he's gonna go for quickly.
I know, and that's why 2 bad's gonna.
You better use that shield.
Brawl him immediately with the shield, get him down, and then come up behind him and put him in a sleeper hold to avoid Snakeface popping the snakes out.
But which he better try because
he's not gonna try.
He also has his own shield. So if he comes in to try to knock him out with that shield, it's possible Snakeface could deflect that as well. If they get rid of both of them shields, all he has to take is one of those moron heads to look over him is stupid, and he might turn half of his body.
You see what Joe just did there? He just called 2 bad one of those moron heads there. He's trying to influence you people. Don't buy into this propaganda.
Tyler's been trying to influence the whole
Joe's
night.
kind of putting the stuff you'd find in a pamphlet in a truck stop bathroom. It's just, you don't need to listen to this kind of garbage here, people. Come on, we need 2 bad for the win here.
I like how Tyler said, I'm trying to influence. I was like, wait a second, I think it's the first time I spoke about saying something. So I was like, Tyler's been influenced the whole entire night. But no, that's okay.
Joe, are you done? Are you done? Have you said all you need to say? Because you need to let the fans make their decision here, Joe.
I said, wait, that's
spit all over your mask there.
Let's see. We got, okay, wait a second. 2 bad losing based on indecisiveness. Wiley Walt hasn't said nothing yet from what I'm reading.
If Wiley Walt knows what's good for him, he's going to say the right answer.
Let's see. Wait, JSP said King. Well, we can't use King Hiss right now because he was going to say he beat 2 bad. But Fedmon said, sorry, he was quiet. He was doing something on eBay where he just lost. Delva78 said 2 bad.
Been there, brother. Been there too many times. Been there.
Delva78 said 2 bad with the win with his bounty hunter skills. Ben Dare says, it's a ruse. Get the snakes close and great double teamed. And he says, oh, wait. He says, Snakeface turns 2 VAR, but Badger not affected and takes Snakeface out. So you're saying he's going to be wrestling half the match. He's going to be stoned and the other half will be alive.
Well, if we're going to go down that route, if then I'm going to have to cast a spell. Skell's going to cast a spell to separate 2 VAR from Badra. We'll take Badra out of the ring, and now we've got 2 VAR. Right
JSB has a 2 bad with a sleeper, but with a full Nelson for the win on Snakeface. So, well, it looks like maybe 2. Okay, it looks like from what everybody said so far, we got 2 bad possibly winning. Because Wiley Walt said he's a bounty hunter. Delva said blocks Snakeface blast and decapitates Snakeface for the win.
Oh, I love that.
Well, Jesus. All right, well, let's
All
just
right.
get it to him. So there you go. Too Bad has just gotten rid of my favorite Snake Man, Snakeface.
My favorite Evil Warrior versus his favorite Snake Man. There you have it, people.
There went my
People have spoken.
They have. Poor Snakeface is gone. It's gone.
All right. Well, I guess next end of the ring will be Squeeze. We'll do Squeeze and Too Bad. You see how I'm working this, right? You see how I'm working.
He's deliberately building out the team captains here to come in dead last like this here, people. So
yeah, I think we can see what is going to happen.
But don't feel like you have to go down this route, people. You know, we still could very easily have Too Bad and Skeletor be the sole survivors here. So don't,
because it's gonna now you're fighting somebody who has one hell of a reach. How do you choke somebody out that you can't get to when he could easily stretch out those arms, grab? And you talk about a squeeze you don't want to get a hold of in a bear hug. That's a python grip to where he just squeezes the entire life breath right out of Too Bad. That's gonna be hard to do. Plus, if you
I won't slam Squeeze because he's my favorite Snake Man. So I'm going to stay silent on this one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's pretty damn tough. Especially, like I said, just the Squeeze. I'm not even bringing in the MYP elements of the snake hands being alive that they could do damage. I'm not even doing that factor. It's just basically Squeeze. But that's funny. Dare said Squeeze has poison in his hand fang. So, you can bring that up. That's fine. So he did that. He basically makes it sound like, wait, let me see. Anthony Robb said, has the red rooster cracked out of the egg yet? What do you think about the gobbledygooker? But Zen Brown says, Squeeze by submission. Zentron says, Squeeze puts a squeeze on just one head, leaving the other head to take control. What? Well, okay. I guess he's going to be half in, half out, but so far it looks like Squeeze might be the one that's going to win.
No. See, if he wraps a head around Badra, then Tuvar comes around, wraps him up, and sets him up for a reverse DDT.
It'll be awkward. Lio Convoy said, good evening. So there you go. Zentron rips. Wait, he says, takes control. Oh, wait, he was still finishing when he was saying Squeeze puts a squeeze on just one head, leaving the other one to take control and rips Squeeze in half. So, so far he's still going for Too Bad. Then Dare said, oh, dang, Squeeze is faster. He's got this. Okay, Delva78 says, Too Bad gets the shield up as a decoy, drops it, and rushes Squeeze and chokes him out. That could be. We'd have to see how that'd work. I'm not sure. Fedmon said, meanwhile, Lady Slither seduces Tyler long enough for his team to lose. yeah.
If I can step behind the curtain and make time with Lady Slither, by all means, I'll do that.
Well, JSP says, after a gated fought battle, Too Bad stuffs the shield in Squeeze's face, does a DDT, and takes him out. Wiley Walt says, Too Bad has multiple weapons against a warrior that only uses his arms. He says, Too Bad wins. Well, if you want to think about it, Squeeze does have also a weapon that he could use as well, along with his hand.
Joe, the people have spoken.
Yeah. Zen Brown says, Too Bad taps out. I don't know. Even though it seems like it almost was even, I think you might as well give it to Too Bad. So that's just going to leave now the last Snake Man. You got Skeletor, you got Too Bad, and now here comes in the last Snake Man, King Hiss against Too Bad. So let's see. Is it going to will Skeletor even make it in, or is just Too Bad going to wipe out King Hiss, and that could be it?
This is up to you people to make the right decision.
He's like,
you know what you have to do here, people.
Know it in your heart. You have to pick Too Bad. So Skeletor didn't even need to do nothing.
Because that's what makes him Lord of Destruction and the team captain, is that he picks the best guys, wink, wink, to get the job done to where, you know what? That's what he pays him for. He pays him to go in and kick all the ass so he doesn't have to.
All right. Zentron right here. Yep. He says, Too Bad, Joe. Too Bad's going to take out King Hiss. So Zentron. Hoo-ha! There you go. Zentron said Too Bad. You can't have that yet, Lio Convoy said. Skeletor comes in with the chair. Well, he doesn't need to. He hasn't been in yet, but if he needs to, he might do that. Ben Dare said, Hiss overwhelms Too Bad. So we got a 1-1 right now and we'll see what a few more people say. But I think my team might just be eliminated tonight on Survivor Series night. This could be just over.
Not going to let that happen, Joe.
Not going to happen.
Yeah. Nathan's going to come in and fix the match.
JSP said, King Hiss and Too Bad fight hard, but King Hiss wins in the end. And Jobber DG has just joined us at late again. Sorry. No problem. Thank you. We're doing Survivor Series matchups. We got Too Bad. Like, it's over. It's over, people. Fedmon's going to
This is why I was laughing so hard.
Let's see. Fedmon said Evelyn comes in to seduce Joe, but his tablet fails and he's all over himself.
That sounds about right.
She leaves him in disgust. Delta 78. King Hiss for the win, or I think said would have observed two.
I think we're getting some more King Hiss in here, so I'm kind of.
That's too bad. Skeletor blasts both the dust. Well, Zentron's just trying to have a wipeout there. Wiley Walt, King Hiss is the winner because.
Hey, bring some more women. I was enjoying seeing all these women showing up too. You know.
Delta 78. Grizzlor said Grizzlor runs in and eats the winner. That'd be out of nowhere. Well, let's see. And Zen Brown said King Hiss works his magic to have Too Bad fight each other. So hey, that's kind of different. It could mesmerize them and they start going at it. Interesting, but so far it looks like King Hiss is the winner. So it's coming down to it has to be it. We got the matchups. We got the leader of the Snake Men. We got.
And now this is like that Hulk Hogan Warrior moment in the Royal Rumble when they're like, "Here, look at this."
Skeletor slowly walks. You can picture them just going through the rope, stand there, and they're face to face.
Yeah, they come up and they start staring each other down. They work the crowd. They look at the crowd back and forth.
Yeah.
Or you know, it's like when Cena and Orton look at each other. Michael Cole's like, "What a moment!" and no one cares. I'm just kidding.
And doing that little circle around each other. I can picture that where they're walking, doing the circle kind of, let's see, their side.
Yeah, they're like doing this number like as they're walking around the ring and they get up in each other's face and start shoving each other. You know,
that would be kind of cool. Let's see. Everybody's right now. They're kind of quiet. Everybody's like
envisioning that moment where Warrior and Hogan meet for the first time in the Royal Rumble. That's what I want people to think of with this going on right now.
Oh, I remember that. That was great, guys, because the Warriors.
I still say that's
one
of the coolest Royal Rumble moments of all time.
Oh, it was great. That was a great moment.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. They're facing off. Ben Dare said, "Uh-oh." He says, "Hiss versus Skeletor. Uh-oh." Crowd goes wild. JSP says, after King Hiss beats Too Bad, Skeletor hits him from behind. Hiss on the ropes. Evelyn hits Hiss with the Havoc Staff, and Skeletor gets the win. Okay, Ben Dare says, multiple faces versus no face. Yeah. Zen Brown said, let's go Skeletor. King Hiss sucks. Wow, that's pretty hard, Zen Brown. That's tough. Ben Dare says, the Hypno Eyes don't work on Skeletor. All right. Delta 78 says, staring contest. Skeletor has no eyes and snakes have no eyelids to infinity and beyond. Fedmon said, Skeletor unleashes the power of his evil breakfast burrito, leaving a stink in the ring.
Is it El Monterey?
El Monterey, yes. Let's see. Bender says, Skeletor pulls in sneaky moves and pins him down. But then wait a second. Out of nowhere, here comes Cobra Khan down the ring. He jumps in and he's between them both looking at him. And he looks over at Skeletor. He gives him the thumbs up and smiles. Then he looks over at King Hiss. His Cobra opens up to where he has his hood. And he's ready to do it. And he turns quickly and he puts the mist on Skeletor.
He wouldn't do that.
He double crosses him.
He's a spy working for Skeletor.
Skeletor's out. He double crossed him and joined the Snake Men. And Skeletor got defeated. Son of a bitch. How about that? That's the heel. That's the turn. Remember?
No, it's not.
That's right. Cobra Khan. You'd think that Cobra Khan, yes, he's always loyal to Skeletor. He just double crossed him and he's joined the Snake Men and he helped the Snake Men to victory.
That's like watching an invasion all over again. I ain't buying that.
He's like, no, people, I'm not doing it.
Well, wait a minute. Down the aisle, here comes DreamWorks She-Ra. Down the aisle.
Takes out both of them with her. You guys just women, don't you? You just don't want women to have any kind of star power or anything like that, right? And they all just kill themselves.
Zen Brown got to do. He said, "Well, damn, who wrote that?" The one thing I said, yeah. Okay, let's see. The Skeletor unleashes the power of his evil. Oh, we did the breakfast reel. That's the crowd chant. Joe. King Hiss attacks Skeletor, but chomps onto Havoc Staff and blows up King Hiss's head. Skeletor, Lord of Destruction, wins. Grimbot says, wow, Skeletor has no nose. He says, that was a lot to type. He could breathe in the gas. Yeah, he could breathe in the gas, Grimbot.
What gas?
Well, hey, I from Cobra Khan when he did the double cross, and he put him out with his poison mist.
Skeletor's too strong just to admit to Cobra Khan's own gas.
Hodak comes out from underneath the ring and knocks out his Skeletor for the 3 count. And JSP said, actually, Joe, that would be great. Yeah, it would be kind of cool, JSP. Thanks for that.
I'm kind of surprised no one has suggested Hordak doing a run in and trying to takes them both out with a chair, and then he leaves. At least you're waiting for who's going to get up and make the pin, kind of thing.
Fedmon said, meanwhile, Skeletor calls in Mumra, Lex Luthor, and Cobra Commander. The carpool beats all. And then, Ben Dare said, Netflix She-Ra. Well, it looks like I think we have Skeletor's the winner, but
it was just going to get out of control if we keep going down this road. It's going to be like WWF in the mid-90s.
I mean, yeah, it's like it's a huge convoluted. It's a Russo finish, man.
Just to do something for fun, but you guys just
next thing you know, someone's going to pop out a hand. You're like, oh god.
Yeah, well, you made Skeletor. Oh god, that was terrible. Let's give him a hand. Oh god, that was what a horrible, stupid. Who wrote that shit?
And then someone's going to sleep with a corpse, and all.
They had some crazy things. Well, Skeletor is the winner, but well, there we had our Survivor Series, our Masters Universe Survivor Series. It was Survivor Series tonight. Had to do something for fun. You got to lighten the mood once in a while when we're doing all of the discussion. So, thanks for doing that and participating in that. But well, now we can talk about a couple different things when we go into something else because. Well, Cobra Khan was brought up for a reason because I like hearing, especially when Tyler gets heated, and it'll be interesting to hear what the chat room says as well. But as you know, Cobra Khan has always been an evil warrior. And we know that in MYP, he wanted to eventually, yes, kind of be with the Snake Men, join them. He had a lot of double crossing back and forth. And in many comics, I know things were depicted different. Hell, I know that even for that Top Toys Camo Khan that was made, they made him a Snake Man. They made him officially, but what do you guys think? And of course, I'm going to lead it to Tyler. Do you like Cobra Khan as being one of the evil warriors? Would you prefer him to go to Snake Men? Because I like him as an evil warrior myself, but I'm curious what Tyler says and what everybody else will say too.
Well, before Tyler jumps in, I think this is my point to hop off for the episode. So
you don't have to.
I'm going to go ahead and do that. That way you guys can carry on with the rest of your conversation, and I'll just...
It was fun having you, though, Nate.
Yeah,
all right.
Absolutely.
All right, go watch Survivor 2.
All right, boys. See you in a bit.
All right.
No, to me, Cobra Khan has always been a Snake Man. Like I like the idea that he's asked to join King Hiss's Clan of the Viper, as to quote King of the Snake Man, and work as a spy, so to speak, but goes on missions with the Snake Men. And maybe you could write it like he kind of becomes delusional, I guess, as like, where should my alliance really stand? Is that you're instructed to work for Skeletor as a spy for the Snake Men, but you really become close with the Snake Men on the missions and being victorious. You start wondering, these are my brethren. I'm not a part of this actual Snake Men group that was banished, but he sees a kinship with it, but realizes that the ultimate power is going to rely with Skeletor. But no, I would always have him be loyal to Skeletor because I always liked how Skeletor looked to Cobra Khan as like there was a great sign of respect. Like they don't write it, but when they're seen together, like Skeletor, addresses him like he respects him. Not all the evil wars are written that way, but when Cobra Khan is seen with Skeletor, it comes off as this is one of my smarter henchmen, so to speak. So I've always kind of felt that. You could do it different ways. I feel it, but no. Even though he's a member of the Snake Men and NYP, which I was all right with. My preference Steph would be an evil warrior working with Skeletor.
I think what they're going with is like how things just later throughout. Okay, you start off when you had Cobra Khan. He predates obviously the Snake Men, and no, he's an absolute great evil warrior. I love the damn toy. I love seeing him popping up in the cartoons.
And teaming up with Web Store.
His Web Store team ups and seeing things in mini comics. But I could see where how people later on, once the Snake Man came out, felt like, hey, looks like it could be part of it. I could see and I can understand what they mean like that.
And it makes sense that I thought it was really cool that King of the Snake Man, Skeletor asked him to join. And then from there on out, like when the toys are out, they advertise Cobra Khan on the back of the card art of the Snake Man. Like for the first wave from 1986, where you get King Hiss, Tongue Lasher, Rattler, Cobra Khan is advertised on the back of the mini comics, or on back of the King of the Snake Man mini comic and the card art as well. So I thought that was cool. They were really making a conscious effort to sell more Cobra Khans, but they also wrote it into the story that, hey, this guy is allying himself with the Snake Man at Skeletor's behalf. Like I just thought that was I like how they wrote in a reason to do that, even though it's just as a spy. And then you see him blatantly in the Legend of Grayskull, the Power of the Grayskull legend, the Legend Begins, where they're at a bonfire eating a giant dragonfly. Cobra Khan's clearly sitting there with Squeeze and Rattler eating.
Yeah, it's one of those things to where it's like, damn, I'm sure that if he obviously would have been introduced later, I think definitely he would have just been part of the Snake Man. I think as a kid, that's what I'd do, even though I know he was an evil warrior. I've always wanted to, bolster the ranks, of the Snake Man because I felt like there wasn't enough of them.
There wasn't. There really wasn't.
Yeah, so for me as a kid, I added them to it. And it's like even people here at the chat room, like, first Delvis said he felt like MYP. He said both the sides treated Cobra Khan like garbage, he felt, which I can see what you're talking about in the cartoon.
I disagree with that because like when he approaches Skeletor, he's like your reputation precedes you, and he seems very apt to
at that point, especially
Well, until he realized Cobra Khan, was there to break the Snake Man out, could care less, about.
Sure, and I think that's Skeletor. What probably he means is as of later, because then you kind of I guess you screwed yourself once you did that. It's like, oh shit, which side's gonna even want me after that? You never know. Let's see, but Ben Dare says he liked the 2000 Khan as a Snake Man. He says, but he wasn't into eating people. He said he was vegan. Wiley Walt says, I looked at him as the most powerful Snake Man that happens to be on Skeletor's team. I like that. Delva78 said, Cobra Khan should gather his own force of B-list heroes and villains. You never know. He could be his own leader. He sure is
he's a competent evil character. So if he was to pull a Jackalman's Rebellion breakaway and
he could be pulling in Icer. He could be pulling in Batros. He could be pulling in a lot of those other characters that are kind of all already one-off characters to join him.
Icer, Batros, Fang Man, who found his way back from the pre-Eternia past or something like that to some of the one-shot guys. I could see him, and Web Store because I feel like they're I would love to see a comic book series. Like if we had a successful like He-Man comic book and it was popular, they could do like a spin-off series. Like you could have one of just Cobra Khan and Web Store as villains going off, wreaking havoc, causing trouble, and duking it out with Mechanic and Buzz-Off, or duking it out
one-offs. As for stories in general, I miss one-off stories. It was nice when you didn't have to be strung along so long, whether it's in the comics or cartoons. Just something, bam, you had your beginning, middle, and end, and it made episodes and also comics more memorable because you could remember that comic or that episode instead of just a string of things that go together. But I know some people are into that. I've never been too much. A little bit.
Continuity is good to a certain degree, but comic books have destroyed the whole value of that. At least currently. But I always thought that would have been so cool to see a comic book of a Web Store and Cobra Khan on a separate mission as a tag team, and they'd have to win because I would like to see a book where evil wins, at least with the He-Man characters, of course. But
because we've seen that though with, like you said, with even the heroic warriors. There are a lot of characters. Sometimes it wasn't just focusing on He-Man, which we always love saying Clash of Arms. That's basically a Fisto story, and He-Man comes in at the end. But I like those because you do like seeing the other characters have their time to shine, or their prominent comic, or there could have been an episode of a cartoon. It changes up the pace. It doesn't make everything feel like everything is so damn.
It expands the world that even though He-Man is the focal point, we all know that. Yeah. Giving a story to just Fisto taking on Skeletor's evil warriors, that expands the horizon of just how vast the scope is for this world that we're talking about all the time. And I wish we had gotten more of those. Like I think even though Rio Blast gets his own mini comic, but he's teaming up with He-Man. Like I think Clamp Champ, well, he's getting his due coming up soon here, people. So have no fear on that one. Because I will say this, that one, He-Man does show up at the very end. Like I made that story all about Clamp Champ versus Ninjor. So that doesn't spoil anything, but that's kind of like the Clash of Arms thing where you kind of make Fisto the focal point about it. So that's kind of what I went with that as well. Because
I will be interested in seeing how that is too. I don't like any spoilers, not that Tyler's.
No. I will say, I think Joe will like what happens with when He-Man does appear.
Okay.
I think that was fun because when I mentioned that to Carson, how I wanted He-Man to show up, he was like, "Oh, I like what you did." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, I just thought that was, it plays with, what was available or what was, in '87, and stuff like that too. So, I really can't wait for that to come out for people to see. But now, getting off sidetrack, get back to Cobra Con here.
No, but yeah, I will. No, I'll look forward to that as well. And anytime, Tyler,
will you be willing to do a review for that, Joe?
Yeah, you'd have to send me pictures. I think that's what you did with the other one because I made sure you didn't send me a comic. I said send me pictures, so you could do that. So how about that?
All right.
All right. Now, well, here's the thing. There's another reason we're leading up to this because there's kind of like characters that some people consider snake men, some evil warriors, and it all depends on how you're introduced to these characters and what makes you think the way you think.
Oh, I know where you're going with this one.
And you do, and that's why I'm bringing up another, in my eyes, another snake warrior, which is Blast Attack. Now, a lot of people.
Oh wait, no, I had no idea you were going with that.
Okay, well that's the reason I did it, because Blast Attack, yes, he did not come on a card back that was a Snake Man card back, but his mini comic, that's where he was introduced as being created by King Hiss. Now I know the Star Marvel comics, yes, he works for Skeletor. Some people seen one comic before the other, and when you look at him, you think, okay, he's not a Snake Man, but if you look at the comic, you understand. And some people say, well, why would he be a Snake Man? And I always bring up, well, look at every faction. I mean, the heroes have Roboto, Skeletor has Faker, Skeletor has his hoverbots, flying knights, whatever you want to call them. There's
Robot Knights.
Hordak has his Horde Troopers.
Multibot.
And Multibots. So there's plenty of robots for other factions. So if he's introduced and you see he's created by King Hiss, and he's more of like, he's not a bomb that blows up to kill people and just smash them to pieces. He's more like a concussion bomb. To when he would explode, it's like boom, he could blow people back, maybe get them dizzy, confused. Well, a concussion bomb. So, and then he can form back together. But that's why he was created. It's like, why can't the Snake Man have a robot? And also, if you look at his helmet, it looks like snake eyes. When you have it put over on the top, there's these eyes. Looks like a snake. So for me, he's always been a Snake Man, but he's sold as an evil warrior, at least with the card back. So I'm curious what you think, and then what people in the chat room think. Do they consider Blast Attack an evil warrior or a Snake Man?
I had to go by the mini comic because when I bought him for $20 back in the mid to late 90s, like 97, I think, or 98. And didn't have internet at the time, so I had to go buy the mini comic. So I didn't really pay too much attention to how he was advertised on the cross-sell artwork on the back. So in the mini comic, when he's brought out as an invention of King Hiss, I'm like, wow, okay, so that's his allegiance. Like I'm sure the people at Mattel weren't quite sure how to market him, as an evil warrior, because they don't put the Snake Man logo on the card art or on the front of the packaging, or sell him as a member of the Snake Man. He's listed as like his own character, which does leave it open for debate. There's no question there. So people, I think, have every right to decide if you like him as an evil warrior or you like him as a Snake Man. But I'm with Joe on that. I like the idea that each faction has got their own robot or robots, and to have King Hiss having a robot that, in my eyes, I think is a suicide bomber. The guy is a very combative robot, but he's also sent in to run into this situation and self-detonate yourself. Blow up.
In the chat room, I was going to say Zen Brownie, before you said that, mentioned, he said a suicide bomber. Like the reason, and I do understand that. Like I said, I picture he is the guy that comes in and he blows up, so you could technically say that I'm even saying, yes, a suicide bomber, but since it's a way how he explodes and comes back, he's not going to be in pieces. He comes back together, but the power he does is enough to just basically take people out, but not murder them. It's because, of course, that would have been too harsh in a comic. You see him coming in, explode, and he blows Queen Marlena, King Randor, and whoever else to bits. That would be a little graphic. But I prefer that than even though now Grimbot says he prefers the Star Comics take on Blast Attack, where he's a thug with a mind of his own. And I can understand that. The thing I didn't like about the Star Marvel version, which is you could even put that in some context to the back of a card back art, but is like when he splits in half, and especially in the Star Marvel, it's like one half is an arm and a leg, and here's another half with an arm and a leg that can grab people. It's like, well, that would be hard to beat. I mean, just tip the leg over, he falls over. So I didn't like that look. I understand what they were doing, but I was like, for me, I would do what I kind of like played out what I'd see in the comics. I love putting that thing to his back, putting him in the middle of like a couple characters, pulling that on the back of the toy, and he'd split in half and like they would fall over. And I just envisioned, like in the comic, I was thinking, boom, he blew up. almost like what you guys say, a suicide bomber, but not actually murdering people.
Well, yeah, we're not gonna, it's not something we want to see done to any of these characters, but that's what he's used for. Like when the situation is getting really, really dire, or King Gist just wants to hurry up and end this, you send them blast attack to ignite, and not only, I guess it would kind of depend on, like, almost as if you could probably set up blast attack to intensify the explosion. Is it just enough to take out the warriors around him, or does he ignite an explosion that would take out a small village? I mean, to where maybe he's made out of photanium. You can't destroy photanium except He-Man, or something like that. To where if you send him into a small village, and just he self detonates, blows up, and the explosion enough just obliterates the houses, but his parts are salvageable that you can put right back together, get them working again.
Or even
it's almost like you save it up for his special power. Like once he's done, he's finished. You got to take him back and repair him.
Like you said, beyond with the magic and science of King Gist to create him, there could be something that within that, like you said, obviously he does come back together, but what if it is a special type of material and there's magnetism within those parts that obviously when it goes, and with whatever kind of like spell, when it happens, he goes back through the spell, the magnetism, whatever the mystic material that created him, so he can always go back together. Well, but maybe there could be a limit to that.
So I disagree on that, because I would like the idea that he used the explosion like it's like a one-off, like it completely drains.
Well, so I said it'd be limited.
But once he's done it, he's useless until you get him back to the lab and repair him and get him back and running.
We'll see.
Good.
Yeah, and we're both, I think, kind of along the same lines, because that's why I said when you come back, it's not like he could do it again. It's almost like a charging time. Like it could be whatever the mineral is, whatever the magic spell, that it's almost like a charging, that once he goes back together, he can't get a full exploding charge until, an hour or two, however it could be, whatever would make it. But it wouldn't be constantly going into battle and going, explode, explode,
no,
explode.
Yeah, that makes him too powerful. And that's not fun to work with.
Right. I'd still like it for him to form back to where he doesn't have to be pieced together, but he forms back. But he's not going to be able to use a concussion bomb again. Now he would have to probably fight, because he needs that charge. Whatever mystical energy or whatever was used to create him needs time to charge, to recharge, and getting him back to normal. Would be interesting, but yeah, it would be fun. And so far, everybody did say that, they agree. He's pretty much a snake man. So
I haven't seen a whole lot. I think you probably have been the one that sees a lot of disagreement about that, because I haven't come across a lot of people like not listing blast attack as anything other than
just when I do it on my wall. I tell you, Tyler, when I put that on my wall and I say, like I could even do that tomorrow, but like blast attack, evil warrior, or snake man. Watch a lot of them people. They love doing it. Usually when I do it, they'll say evil warrior. He was sold as one. He sold as one. And a lot of people might remember Star Marvel, but you'd be surprised. And they'll just tell you, he doesn't have a Snake Man logo. He wasn't on a card back. What makes him a Snake Man? But I mean, again, that's their opinions of how they want to interpret it, because it is, it can be read any different way. From the card back to the mini comics, you can make him whatever you want. So we're not telling you guys like, hey, you're wrong if you think he's an evil warrior. Yeah, he could be one, but at least that's what I got to give credit for. When Classics released him, they did put a Snake Man a sticker on his bubble. So I was like, oh, cool. They made him a Snake Man, but no, it's ones I always love. I always love the hypotheticals and what people think about something. So, but yeah, pretty much here, everybody in the chat room did say a Snake Man. So I like that, but. Well, I think that's pretty much our rambling. So, but before we wrap it up, like I said, I always like getting it to you guys in the chat room. If you want to ask us anything, whether it's pertaining to a cartoon, mini comic, toys, movie, something, shoot your questions right here, right now. We'll answer them. But while I do that, that's when I pass it over to Tyler in case he has anything he wants to promote, mention, or recommend.
Let's see. I want to encourage everybody to tune in next week for the Robbie London interview. Of course, I want people to, what's the word? Reacquaint yourself with the episodes he's done and stuff like that too. I just want to recommend people to do that. If you don't know, Diamond Red Disappearance, Jariel's Return, Double-Edged Sword, and Dawn of Dragoon.
Yeah,
and really, we plan to talk specifically about Dawn of Dragoon and Double-Edged Sword, because those two episodes, I think he's very eager to talk about. He's not too proud of Diamond Red Disappearance. He said that to me personally, and he's also said,
Oh.
And you'll have to ask him about that. Because I stressed to him, it's a cornerstone episode for me.
Wow.
But check out those episodes as well. Check out Kevin Sharp's artwork on Facebook. He's taking requests for commissions right now. So if you want a kick-ass illustration of He-Man or the Thundercats or Marvel superheroes or Batman, he's taking requests right now. Check out Joe Amato's Customs. Go to He-Man.org for all your information on He-Man. Check out John Atkins' Master of the Universe, the live-action movie Facebook page, as well as his He-Man World website. If you like me and Joe and what we have to say, and you love Nathan, check out Beyond Retro Podcast. We just did a discussion on Who Framed Roger Rabbit. If you love cartoons from the 80s and 90s, Nathan and I did a commentary for the Pride of the X-Men pilot that aired in 1988. That was supposed to launch a X-Men animated series, but did not get picked up and would not be picked up until the 90s animated series got going. So if you like that, we did a commentary for that as well. So it just plugs for all of our current stuff as well as other people's work. Check out
Kevin
Karsten's what's that?
Oh, go ahead. I was going to quickly say Kevin Sharp said thanks. So he will say thanks.
You're welcome, bud. And check out Carson's artwork as well. I don't think Carson's Facebook page, I don't think has been up for a while. He took a hiatus from social media. I think he's on Instagram right now, but
he said right now he says check out his Instagram page. He's got a super quick Skeletor animation.
Yes. Oh boy, I cannot. I'm glad he brought that up. Carson did this beautiful animation of the Alcala style Skeletor turning his head and his eyes glowing. He sent it to me. I'm like, good God, man! Like that looked really, really good. And this is the guy who's done the Leech Mini comic, who's currently working on the Clamp Champ Ninja comic. He does beautiful artwork. He does commissions as well. So, contact him. If he's in the chat with you people right now, feel free to reach out to him or through Instagram or email.
Amazing work he does.
He does. So if you like the Leech stuff, then then that's all Carson. That's all him doing that as well. So shout out to him.
He does multiple styles. I mean, I've seen him do anything from painted style pieces to comic book looking to 3D animation to obviously making video shorts of movies with characters and voices. He does quite a bit. And like I said, I was wondering, I haven't heard from him in a while, but now that I know he isn't really on Facebook that much, then I'll have to try to catch and talk with you more, Karsten, through Instagram, which is the thing that I usually have issues wondering how the hell to do it because I can't do it on my laptop. I got to do it on my ancient tablet. But I'll find a way, Karsten, definitely.
But that's all I can think of. And of course, check out Axel Jimenez's artwork. I can't think of anything else that probably needed to plug or anything. I think I've covered pretty much everything, guys.
No, you did great, and thank you for that, Tal. You mentioned a lot of people, a lot of things, so thank you for that. And Grimbot did want to mention, he says Robbie London also had a huge role in the development of the show. So
yes, he did. Yeah. And I was going to I didn't know how to say that without it sounding so vague, but that Robbie had a big part in getting He-Man
we're definitely going to find out when we have him on next week. So, but thank you for that, Grimbot. Zentron has a quick question because he knows that I have and Nathan has, but Zentron said, Tyler, are you going to ever watch the new She-Ra cartoon?
I watched 60 minutes of the first episode and turned it off.
All right.
I absolutely hated it. I hated it.
No, if you guys, sorry, I'm just going to go ahead and pop in here. If you guys haven't checked out, Joe and I reviewed that yesterday.
It's on. I posted in all the He-Man Facebook pages I'm a part of. It's on He-Man.org as well. So if you have not seen it, it's got like over 100 some views already. Okay. So if you guys want to know,
I was just going to say also too, if you guys want to go ahead and give this a refresh, Carson, I put your Instagram account in the description below, so those guys can go and check out and see everything. Yeah.
Awesome. Right. If you want to know what Nathan and Joe thought, that episode is up. Like I said, I was going to watch just the first episode and I couldn't make it through it. It was everything I thought it was going to be. So no, I did not. I'm not going to finish it. I saw more than enough, and then I watched their review of it, and I talked to Nathan beforehand, and I was like, thank God I didn't watch it. And
2 words. Princess Prom. That's all I need to know. 2 words.
Oh God.
If you can make it up to that episode and go beyond, like Joe and I did, all the power to you. If you liked it, that's cool. But I that's the breaking point. I feel like that is the apex of that show. That's because I wanted to tap out when I hit that point. I was like, I gotta keep going, otherwise Joe's gonna give me hell about it. I gotta keep going.
I would have been doing the show by myself, but well, there you go. We got the answer from Tyler, but thank you for that, Zentron. Or wait, was that Zentron? Yeah. And Zentron, you said the movie quote, "The jig is up." I'm thinking because it's been in a lot of movies. I don't know if you mean the history of the world, but I remember that in History of the World when Josephus. That's what they said to Josephus. By the way, that's how my mom gave me the nickname Josephus from History of the World. So I was called that a lot growing up, and it kind of caught on in the neighborhood. So,
did you get mad too? Because you get mad at everybody.
I like that.
Names.
I like Josephus.
But you don't like Yo Joe.
Oh, I hated that because damn it, it's just God. It was just over and over every day at school. Yo Joe from GI Joe. I was like, God, I don't even want to watch this fucking cartoon because of that. And I'm not kidding. I never watched the cartoon then, and it was probably a great cartoon. But
well, me and Nathan are doing commentary for the episode of The Traitor next week. You got to join us for that, there, Joe.
Yeah, I'd have to get a link to watch it. But yeah, thanks for Zentron.
We could send you a DVD via Amazon.
Okay, I got to move on. ASP said, "Do we want to do a watch party for the Christmas special?" I think that has been done not actual watch party, but I think so many people have reviewed, including us, the Christmas special for He-Man and She-Ra that, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it's like completely out of the realm of possibilities, but it's been done a lot. But I guess for a live commentary, maybe, if that's what you mean, that could be different.
Well, didn't we do a live commentary for it?
Fuck, did we?
I think we did last year. Or I know we did. I know we did the Ice Age Comet, but I'm fairly certain we did a commentary.
That almost sounds familiar.
I think you guys did. I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. Familiar. Yeah, I don't think we did it because I think last year we did the Ice Age Comet that nobody watched.
Okay, that does sound familiar.
Or maybe we did Ice Age Comet at the beginning of December. Nobody watched it, and then we did the Christmas special closer to Christmas.
It sounds really familiar. I thought we did it as well. But...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
Thanks for JSP. Delva said, any good websites that would have the mini comic newspaper strips for a good price? He says, his local comic shop never heard of He-Man. I thought that Amazon did.
Oh, there's a shocker.
Yeah, they never know. Like, what? But doesn't Amazon? That's something that
that's where I got mine was Amazon. I don't think you're going to probably find it at a better price. Even if you order through Barnes & Noble or something like that, it's pretty much close to the Amazon price. So that's where I would go to get it. I think any other place, they're just going to say, "Oh, that's a character from the '80s. Slap $80 on that hardcover. It's hardcover too. Make it $90." Go to Amazon.
Let's see. What did Maxwell says? Oh, he wrote me on Instagram. Karsten, for some reason, I was getting confused. Like when I go onto my tablet here and I go to Instagram, I know it's like, God, you think that I'm 100 years old, but I go there, it's like, okay, hit the picture. I know when people are commenting on my picture, but then once in a while, there's all these other notifications. I don't know what's up, and I think
I don't know if it works the same on your tablet, Joe. But you need to swipe right. If it's anything like the phone, all the messages when it pops up like your feed on there, just swipe right, and that's where all the messages will be.
Oh, well, thanks for letting me know because I'm always clicking for buttons. Oh Jesus, I got to get some new stuff. Thank you.
It's like Uncle Buck. Like I just been leaving the toilet seats up for him. Ask about how much the water to feed the dog.
Yeah, drinking right up the toilet. Let's see. I want to scroll down to see if there's any other.
I'm gonna say here, Kevin Sharp said the prom episode made him want to vomit. Hey, yes, yeah, yeah. I woke my girlfriend up from a deep coma, medicated because she's been having like a head cold and stuff. So she had medicine. She was like deep asleep. Took some NyQuil. I'm sitting there watching that episode. I'm just like, oh my God, this sucks. And it was just it was loud enough that it woke her up from a deep sleep. She's like, what's going on? I'm like, it's terrible.
Okay. Well, there you go. We got, it's like, God, you have like a version of Happy Gilmore. Remember, he was like, I hate that Bob Barker. Now you're starting to have that moment about that prom. I hate that prom episode. That's all we're going to do. Like
it's all of it's prom not night. It's not that great. The whole thing's not that great. But that episode in particular, it made me want to break my TV. It was just bad. It was just bad.
Max, don't have any like issues or strokes or getting too calm down. Max Work said he contacted me about the show. I don't know if he means fans of.
Oh yeah, Carson doesn't like it either.
Oh yeah. I'll have to check. I didn't know what you said. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's struggling to make it through there too.
It's tough.
All right. JSP said, and I said this earlier, JSP, but I'll confirm it. He says JSP said, I'm to understand that She ripped off Star Wars in the new cartoon, and like, yes, it's in the episode where they go to meet Seahawk. They're looking for somebody to captain a ship, almost like somebody captain a Millennium Falcon, sitting back. They're in an almost bar cantina with a lot of different alien races. That when they go up, he's sitting at a table.
God.
He talks about like making a run in a certain amount of time, almost like when Han Solo said in so many parsecs. So yes, it was an almost complete rip off of Star Wars for that. So yes, they did do that, JSP. Your favorite
12 parsecs there, Joe. Get it right.
Yeah. What did I say?
It's 12 parsecs.
Oh, there. I couldn't remember how many. Your favorite blockhead just joined us. He said, He-Man hops over the guardrail and gives Eternity Styles. Oh, wait, he's jumping. Wait, he's bringing in a wrestling.
The match is over. You missed it.
At the end of the show, He-Man hops over the guardrail, gives an Eternity Styles stunner to every competitor, allowing King Hiss to crawl over to Skeletor and lay an arm across for the controversial 1, 2, 3 ding dong.
Yeah, no, he's kind of referencing when Mankind won the title from The Rock. He just comes in while the ref's down.
All right. Zentron.
No, he hit him with the chair, not a stunner. He hit The Rock with the chair. That's what it was.
Okay.
And I don't see He-Man's finisher being the stunner.
All right. Well,
it'd be the torture rack.
Zentron did mention.
Yeah, it probably would be the torture rack. Yeah.
So, he said it was history of the world. So thank you, Zentron. At least I was right about that. Maxwell said, Joe, you didn't have to do it alone. He said, I would have joined you. Oh, he would have joined me for that episode. See, I didn't know that, Carson. I'm sorry. I think I might have got everybody that never heard of He-Man. Let me see. Zentron said, what about the episode where Adam goes to an ice kingdom for some crystals? Commentary on that.
Oh, yeah. A trip to Morania. Morania. That's a pretty good episode.
Okay.
But I mean, we could probably do a commentary for that in December. But I know, Chris, the holiday season's coming up, and I have no idea. Like, we don't want to do like the whole like your Christmas memories of He-Man and stuff like that. It's been done to death a million times.
Which we did. I mean, yeah, when we do the Christmas thing, we at least try to.
What the hell?
What was that? Everything went black.
Power's
the Undertaker. Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
power's out, guys.
Wow.
That's weird.
Hang on. Let me turn my flashlight on here.
I don't know. We're gonna see.
Yeah, I'm live recording, and the power just went out. Like, everything is off, man. That sucks.
That's new to the show.
That's right.
Well, here's the thing: the weather here. There's not like anything going on. The wind's not high. There's no storm going on.
No.
But Nathan, what's gonna spook me is if the lights come back on, and then there's fucking like Jason Voorhees standing back of him.
Chris Pratt standing behind him. Chris Pratt
really
standing there.
Joke.
He's gonna have to put that light right underneath his face. You gotta give us the spooky
moment here, people. That's what I'll do here.
Actually, when you do that, there's like eyes behind you. I am not kidding.
Yeah, I see him.
That's
weird.
Well, you gotta leave it on. This is gonna be a good way to promote the episode. Is that right there? And he's
I'm sure that's honestly probably just reflecting. Yeah, it's reflecting.
Yeah, it's just reflecting.
Frame in the background. No, that does look pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie. Tyler, did you forget to pay your light bill? That's what it was.
No, I paid. It was $143.
$187.
Yeah.
They really screw you, don't they?
Screw you, don't they? 3 dimes, $100 bill, and 87 ones. What movie is that from?
Big.
No, it's not for you.
Oh, sorry.
You screwed it up there.
I'm sorry, I got excited. I thought you wanted me to say big, so I did it. But I think that's it, guys. I don't know. I definitely want Tyler to attend what he's going to do.
It's kind of fun playing around with the scary face thing on here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see my next movie quote when you do this with the lights out. But let me just say, for everybody in the chat room, it was a blast. We loved having you here. Hope you enjoyed this episode. But also, if you are new to this channel, make sure you like, subscribe. And if you guys haven't yet, ring that bell down there, right there, so you can always be notified when we go live, like how we just had that, episode yesterday. Kind of came out of nowhere, so it always lets you know when we're going to have some new episodes, so keeps you up to date. But I think that's it. So until next time, have a powerful day.
You want me to have bigger titties?
What? That looks so creepy when he did it too. He came into the light. Could you do that again?
You want me to have bigger titties?
Shit. I don't know that. Damn it.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You want me to have bigger titties?
Maybe I need. You want me to have bigger titties?
Weird Science? No, that ain't it. Oh my god, I feel like a moron. I don't know it. I was waiting to see if somebody in the chat room might have knew that one because that's going over my head. I don't know that movie quote. And of course, then when they say it, but let's see. I don't know it. I'm
Nathan?
waiting.
Hey, you don't rope me into this. This is the thing between you and Joe, all right?
He's like, I don't want to look as dumb as Joe. That's
no,
what
Nathan knows it.
Oh, he does?
Yes.
I never do this, but I'm going to ask. Oh, wait a second. Is Zen Brown correct saying Kingpin?
No.
No? Huh.
No.
Kevin Sharp said Thundercats episode 54. What?
You're close, Kevin. I can assure you it wasn't from Guardians of the Galaxy, though, too, Kevin.
Can I have a hint?
I've quoted this movie before.
Oh, God, you quote movies 5,000 times. I don't know. I got to give up. Nobody's getting in the chat room either, so I'm going to go ahead.
I'm playing off something you accused me of last week. Basketball.
You did basketball again?
Yeah. That's why I did it, because you said, you guys always do basketball. And I only quoted it like one time on the podcast, but because you said that, I was like, you know what? I'll actually live up to what he accused me of.
Who said it? What part did that happen? Just before we go on.
When Joe Cooper says it to Robert Vaughn.
What?
Hands in the magazine.
No.
He's like, you want to have bigger titties?
What? No.
What?
Right.
No. I
feel.
I just fart.
See you guys. What?
No, I'm quoting the movie.
Oh, sorry. See you guys next time on What's Going On.
Chuck got rich playing in college, everybody.